The Tony Tukumbo Fernandez Show is all about promoting the true life and success stories of African and Caribbean achievers around the world. If there's a product or initiative you wish to share, feel free to give us a call. The number is 0788 280 9005. A warm welcome to all our listeners around the world. You're once again welcome to the Tony Tukumbo Fernandez Show, promoting the true life stories of Africans and Caribbean achievers around the world. This week, we're live in Lagos, Nigeria, promoting the true life stories of people making a difference. And it's amazing to be with Prince Mega Abodedele today, here in Lagos, Nigeria, looking very relaxed. And yeah, it's been a while since we really met in person properly. So it's a pleasure to spend this afternoon with you. How are you feeling today?
Yes, feeling very well, and thanks for making the effort to come and see us today.
It's a pleasure to be here at your home today. And for the benefit of all the listeners around the world today, because I know we have mutual friends who live both in the UK and in Nigeria, so this show is going to be watched by many. But can you just tell us a bit about yourself, your background, and what inspires you as an African?
Okay, thank you so much. Myself, I'm Prince Abodedele. Most people call me Prince Mega Abodedele because in my early years in the UK, I DJ, so Mega came from that, and that has stuck with me. I graduated at Southbank University in the UK. I worked in social care for a while, and then I've always been someone who likes my own time, my own space. So I've always looked for ways to survive without being in employment that controls my time and energy. So at a very early age, I started a recruitment agency, and from then I've just been doing my own thing. But I've always found that I'm very observant of what happens in the world and how we as a race are fitting into this puzzle called the world. And I've always felt like for me to actualize the way I want to, I have to return home. So fortunately for me, my wife is a Caribbean origin, born in the UK. Very fortunately, we were on the same page and both decided to return. Whilst I was in the UK, I did, after DJing that I mentioned, I went into television production. I was among the first people that produced for Ben Television, and big thanks to Ali Stashoyode, who gave us the opportunity then. And through my show on Ben TV called Extra, was an entertainment program, obviously from the DJ, we graduated into that. I was almost head-hunted because I went on holiday in South Africa and presented my show to someone who showed it to Africa Magic, and they just wanted me to produce a breakfast show for them, and that led to me moving from the UK to live in South Africa, where I produced the first ever breakfast show on Africa Magic. So with all these experiences, I really knew that I had to come back home. I felt like the creativity I had would be best utilized and actualized in an environment like Nigeria, you know. So after various discussions with my wife, we decided to leave. We went to Gambia first. Actually, we spent a year in Gambia, and we were going to spend like 5 days in Gambia before coming to Nigeria, because during COVID we watched a lot of YouTube and realized that a lot of Africans, Americans, British alike, Canadians, were moving to Gambia, and we felt there was some sort of energy there, some kind of Pan-African energy, and I felt that could erupt into something, and I felt let's go and see if we could be part of this. But we lived in Gambia for a year, and we felt like we had a bit, our energy was a bit, we need much more than Gambia could offer, in a very positive way. Gambia, is a tourist country, and it goes to sleep when the tourist season is over. So we just wanted to be somewhere where we could be as active as we want to be, and Nigeria seemed to give us that opportunity. So we moved to Nigeria. We've been here for approximately 2 years now, and this is the right fit for our energy. And our daughter is probably one of the greatest things we gained from moving back to Nigeria. She was growing up to be a very fine young lady, and I think this environment has encouraged that. So I hope I've answered your question. I hope I haven't gone off track.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Right now, we've been sharing a few stories about 15 minutes ago, and I knew that when I was coming here today, this interview was going to be natural, free-flow, and a few things have confirmed that already. So how important is the need for Nigerians right now to move back to Nigeria? And how important is it also for Nigerians to become Nigerians in Nigeria?
Very wonderful question. I really think that our time outside Nigeria should be a means to an end. I really also want to say that we need to really define Nigeria and to understand how to fit into Nigeria. I think the biggest error most Nigerians make is that they have gone out of Nigeria, picked up different ways, ideas of living, and want to impose that on Nigeria. It's not ever going to work. Anywhere you go in the world, you can't go and change them. But what is happening is, even we the Nigerians are not realizing what Nigeria is all about and what it takes to be successful in Nigeria. We moan about everything, we complain about everything. If there's a problem, the right thing is to find a solution. If there's a problem and you want to say, I'm running away from the problem will never be resolved. So it's going to be a problem that the coming generation would still carry on, and then there will never be a resolution, which I think is what's happening in Nigeria. So if you look at Nigeria, for what Nigeria is, you see, I say this to everyone, Nigeria is not a country where academia should be the only option as we impose it upon people. So a child not academically, up there is not unintelligent. It means they have a different type of intelligence. And I think it's the responsibility of the parent to understand their child and help them find their true self, their true passion, and work with it. I proudly tell everybody that my child don't go to school. I've been homeschooling her since she was in the UK because I'm wanting to know her for who she is. I think it is my job. Look, I would not, I've said this so many times, I will not subcontract the responsibility of parenthood to a third party, because I need to know my child, know what she's made of, and know how to help her structure her life. I know we have to go to work. Yes, we do. I know we have to, because they've created a life where going to work is a must. I don't even want to get into that side of the argument, but that's another, So for Nigerians, I want to urge you to try and understand Nigeria. Nigeria is not the UK, it's not America, it's not Canada. Don't live as a Canadian in Nigeria. When you come to Nigeria, you have to understand what works in Nigeria. How do I arrange myself? I've lived in the UK for over 37 years, and I'm in Nigeria now. But before we came here, we knew what what issues we could face and how we could overcome those. So we overcame issues, but what we are gaining is far more than the little things that people make the main issue. Someone will say, because there's no electricity, that's why I'm not coming. Or the road, the traffic, that's why I'm not coming. The advantages beyond traffic and electricity is much more beneficial to your life. You say, oh, the healthcare is, I'm not coming. The healthcare services in Nigeria is world standard if you can afford it, and that's another matter. Affordability. I think we take the wrong steps, which taps us in Nigeria. Nigeria is not a country for you see, this academic thing is failing us because we have neglected the important sectors that will really make the economy go round. You know, people are building 24 hours a day in Nigeria. We need builders, we need plumbers, we need carpenters, we need electricians, we need all these things. But you know, in Nigeria, the government should help them structure these things and let them know that this is a proper profession. It's not just by the roadside thing. So now in Nigeria, it's either you're a doctor, lawyer, or a mechanic, or you have failed in life. So a carpenter don't even look at them and themselves as someone who can be successful. Neither does a plumber, right? And these are real people in society that should, if that head don't change, you're going to continue saying Nigeria is failing you while you are not dealing with Nigeria as Nigeria. So I think Nigerians, please, when you go home or go abroad, it's not to run away, it's to gain the necessary skills to come and develop the land of your ancestors. Even if you're not physically here, you can still participate from wherever you are. It is not to have the mindset that, oh, it's a terrible country, I want to have nothing to do with Nigeria. Even when you speak like that, you're really embarrassing yourself. Because when you speak to a non-Nigeria about yourself like that, it really goes a long way to show the sort of person you are. And you know, an intelligent person would not pick from that you're intelligent. They'll really pick that you are disconnected with yourself. You know, if there's a problem in your house, if your brother, your mother, your father have problems, you want to help them solve it. You're not going to go throw them in the bin. So we're not saying there are no problems in Nigeria. We're not saying there are no crises. We're not saying there are no issues. There are billions of issues, but it is our responsibility. People want to run to America, run to China. Did China start successfully? 40 years ago, China was worse than what Nigeria is today. If the Chinese ran away then, would they be the world power that they are today? So we must take ownership. And you know, when Buhari was president, he said something that I really resonates with me. He said, if you want to live, bye-bye, go. The ones who want to stay will stay and build it. You know, Nigeria is a market. You say, I'm not going to Nigeria. If you don't go to the market, nobody will miss you. There are billions of people in the market already, so the market will do well with or without you. What we are advising you is to understand yourself and claim yourself. If you choose not to, it's a prerogative and we're not holding it to ransom. But for those who want to hear, let us hear, learn, and do better. Because Nigerians are the quickest to criticize Nigeria. Nigerians are the ones to tell other people not to come to Nigeria. We had friends who actually invested in Nigeria before they came because we spoke to them, and when they came to Nigeria, they were telling us that if not that they know and respect us, they'll never have made that journey. If you watch our YouTube channel, there's a video where we did an interview with them on there, saying it is Nigerians that were discouraging them the most. And when they came here, they were so shocked and saying, wow, haven't these people been to these places? Why would they say what they're saying? Because you know, it is hate against self, hate for self and hate for country. And the Nigerian government must please, let us be disconnecting all these attachments to the past that we don't need anymore. All the streets should be changed back to African names. Yoruba should be an acceptable language in Lagos. So should Igbo in Igbo land, so should Hausa in Hausa land. How could another language supersede your own language? You tell your own child not to speak their natural, their birth language. You want to train a Nigerian child with British mannerism, and then they lose their life. How does it work? How do you not know why Nigeria is not working? Because you take all the wrong steps, and then the Nigerian is no longer Nigerian, but you want him to run Nigeria. Where is the sense in that?
So beautiful speaking to you today, and I hope this narrative continues from year to year to come in promoting our stories, our history, our purpose, and our direction as a people. God bless you always, and speak to you soon, sir.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you.